It's 10 o'clock on a Friday, and good evening. I'm Donovan Miner. Brian Allen is away from the desk tonight. The South Dakota State Penitentiary was busy this evening with peaceful demonstrations planned in response to recent inmate deaths. Parker Brown was there and brings us our top story tonight. Hello, Parker.
Hello, Donovan. A crowd gathered on the sidewalk in front of the prison. It was a solemn time as they raised their concerns over how inmates are treated and the alleged lack of resources given to corrections officers and inmates, which they believe has led to the deaths in the penitentiary. Protesters each had a connection to the prison. Former inmates, former DOC employees, family members of inmates, and family members of the recently deceased inmates spoke out.
So while we are out here,
Tracy Barse is one of the organizers of the protest and a former inmate. He says his experience behind bars and finding his footing since getting out gave him a platform to call for change. He says poor treatment is one of the main reasons why inmates are acting out.
When you're in prison and you're being treated this way by a guard for so long, and you're already going through so much on top of a physical lockdown, you'll see inmates respond.
Barse says mistreatment and negligence are common. He alleges that guards don't respond to complaints, cut off contact with relatives, respond poorly to inmates dealing with mental health or addiction issues, and even take away opportunities for Native Americans to practice their religion.
How they respond to emotional and mental struggles is really severe and inhumane. That's why a lot of people won't say anything. What's really needed is the dedication to human life.
Founder of the nonprofit Not Guilty Foundation, Haley Baker, came from Pierre to Sioux Falls Friday to share a message of keeping policymakers and officials in check.
There's such a lack of accountability. We have no citizen oversight. The reprimands that we hear about are guards that are trying to be good guards and trying to do right by the people who are in prison who still have a basic right to life, basic right to dignity, basic right to safety. And we see them getting backlash.
Through the rain, song and drum echoed off East Hall, and they said prayers to remember the inmates who died behind prison walls. The protesters called for prison reform through rehabilitation and more humane treatment.
For us to all come together for this specific reason, it shows that there really is a problem and that all of us are really aware of it and trying to voice our opinion to help change it for the better.
Organizers indicated that this protest will likely be the first of many. They hope to see changes made before the DOC uses a high dollar amount on a new prison. Their perspective is the DOC needs to prove that they can have a positive impact in reducing recidivism rates and unrest in the prison before being entrusted with a brand new facility. Donovan.
Parker Brown tonight. Parker, thank you.